All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Very excited to get a chance to open it up for another great AMA at GollumGems, and happy everyone can make it here with us as we welcome on the team from Tokerr to chat about their very cool-looking Telegram bot ecosystem with a lot of unique features after just wrapping up their private sale and launching very soon, based on what I can see. But before we dive in, I got to announce the awesome giveaway in store for today's listeners, with $300 going out to 3 lucky random listeners at $100 each, as well as a golden ticket reserved for the best question, which you can cash in for any whitelist opportunity. And if you want to qualify, it's super easy. Just make sure you're a member of Tokerr's Telegram, which you can access through at Tokerr Portal, at GollumGems, and at GollumGems Reviews, and you are in it to win it. Feel free to send those questions in via direct message. I'll do my best to ask them on your behalf. Tokerr is in the building. We have Crypto Banana and Karth joining us. Let me get you guys unmuted here. Crypto Banana and Karth. If you guys have your hands, or if you guys are listening, feel free to throw your hands up. I'll get you guys unmuted. Crypto Banana, I see you right there. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, man. Glad to be here. Hi, guys.
Yeah, awesome. I'm really excited to chat about this one, but it's awesome to have you guys. It's Switcher too, right?
Yeah.
Switcher. Welcome, guys. I think I got everybody unmuted. Do a little mic check real quick.
Yeah, everything's working fine from my side. Thanks.
Perfect. Welcome. Karth, how are you looking?
Hey, I'm just currently in a real job work meeting. It's running a little long, but my other two can hold on for now. Pick it up for now.
Let's do it. Yeah, no, I appreciate everybody being here with us. For anybody to get a head start, check out the light paper, tokerr.io. That's Tokerr.io. You can kind of browse along with us as we're going through it and chatting with the team here. But guys, just about to launch after a successful private sale on GemPad. Tons of cool utilities within this ecosystem. I'm really excited to hear more about it, but maybe you guys can start us off with a little bit about your experience, a little bit.
Yeah, so can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So, hi, guys. We're the team from Tokerr. And basically, like you said, let me start with a little bit about us, the team. So, we've most of us, there's about 5 of us in the core team, and most of us have known each other around a year in the space. I've been in the space since early 2021, and so have most of the guys, some of them a little earlier than that. And yeah, so we've known each other through the space, and we've been in private groups together, and we've kind of had the same vision about the space. We've kind of had the same discussions about things over time, and we kind of got very close, as close as you can get, when it comes to the space. So that's, I mean, we have people, and it's global. We have people from the US. We have people from Tunisia. We have someone from Belgium, Netherlands, India. So it's a very global team, really great people. And yeah, that's our vision was to create something like something that would be good for the space, not just a regular basic run-of-the-mill token, And a lot of the team is very experienced. Some of them have run multi-million-dollar projects in the past. Some of them have a lot of experience in marketing and that field. Me personally, apart from being in the crypto space for over a year now, a year and a half, I've also in the real world run multinational business for about 6 to 7 years, and worked in many of those spaces. So yeah, that's a little bit about the team, about us.
Very good. I mean, I guess. Oh, sorry, man. If you were to summarize, I guess how many total are over there working with you day in, day out on the team in terms of like just overall staff? Maybe not so much the mods and things like that, but like, in terms of the development side and people that have like a big impact on the project, how many would you say?
So, I mean, our in-house developers are here. They're completely in-house. They're part of the team and the owners. Karth and Switcher, both of them. Karth is worked on all the contract side and all of that. And Switcher's handled all the Web3 and the bot development for us. So those are developers. There's me, another owner, and our marketing head. So there's 5 of us working day in, day out, and we have a couple of other people helping us out too.
I like it. All right, let's talk about how things went. Or you know what? Let's talk about first. I guess an easy way to get into it is what did you guys like experience, or when was the aha moment for the project coming together and being like, we have something here. You know, we have something that's going to change the space, benefit the space, something to leave a legacy on. When was that moment? How'd you get there?
Well, I mean, to start off, I would say that about DeFi itself, I mean, everybody would agree that I don't think you've been in DeFi long enough if you haven't been scammed already, at least once. And I think everyone's gone through that painful experience. So it's that we've known each other for long enough, and during that time, all of us have gone through that experience. We've all been scammed. We've all been scammed together and rugged together also. So I mean, it's been through this time, it's always been discussions and frustration, and I mean, this needs to stop, etc. And about a couple of months ago, I would say maybe around July, like a discussion started among a couple of us, and then we all got involved, and we realized that maybe it's time to stop this from happening. Like we've seen our friends being scammed, we've gotten scammed, we've seen a lot of rugs, we've seen basically good people suffering and dishonest people making money. And I mean, that's not good. That's not good for the space. It's just not a good feeling. We decided maybe, it's time to do something that actually makes a difference and not just, be there for the sake of it.
I like it. All right. So the obviously a lot of value in what you just said too. I mean, it's much needed. So when it came to, I guess, this private sale on GemPad, walk me through it. Do you guys kind of strategize, okay, you need this much to get things going and to have like a healthy marketing budget? Walk me through the strategy on the pre-sale funding.
Yeah, of course. So in the spirit of course, us wanting to make this safer and better for everybody, more trustworthy, we decided to be really straight up, do it small. So we had an 80 BNB private sale. 70 BNB was that done with GemPad Alpha. There are no extra team tokens. The team bought in 10 BNB, 10 members, we bought in ourselves. So, there's no extra team tokens or there's no extra percentages or anything of that sort. It's just about being fair. And the decision to do it with GemPad, I mean, we discussed this a lot, and a few of us are in the GemPad Alpha group ourselves. They're really good people in there, and we know they're vetted people, they're diamond-handed people, and they have the terms and conditions to be part of that group and get access to alpha projects. So we know that they're diamond-handed, they don't dump, and they're really, really good people in there. So we took this decision to do it exclusively with them so that we don't have just a bunch of random people coming into private sale from all over the place, which tends to sometimes be detrimental to the project. So.
Yeah, just if you don't mind, adding one point on what Banana said. The good thing about GemPad Alpha and why we choose it, there is a strict rule there. If you dump any project, if you buy an alpha project like ours and then you dump it in a GTA, you get kicked. There is no mercy. There is no exceptions. You get kicked, and most of the people that bought out private sale are old members, so they have bought different previous alpha projects and they diamond hold it, then they downed it. So there is no cheats in our private sale. Those people will hold the floor with us. We are in private group in that GemPad Alpha. They are giving us suggestions. They are all bullish about it. Some people are even not thinking about taking initials out or something like that. They know what's Tokerr. They know what are GemPad Alpha projects. And they know that they can trust us with making this go somewhere really big.
Yeah. Also, we have we also have a partnership with GemPad. They've announced it, so have we. So we're working on using GemPad lockers for tokens deployed through Tokerr, and we're eventually also going to be able to. People will be able to set up the entire GemPad pre-sale through our bot itself, and it'll get listed on the GemPad website.
Big value, guys. That's a cool feature, I must say. Let's dive, since we're already there, let's dive into the bot a little bit more. So I guess for people that haven't looked at it, let's break it down in a simple thing. So developers can create tokens right on the bot, right, for BSC?
Yeah, exactly. So developers can create anybody. It's not even developers. Honestly, the bot is so simple that someone with absolutely no real knowledge of or much knowledge of coding or Solidity can also use the bot to launch. So just say somebody wants to create a project and when their dream to maybe launch a token, and they have marketing connections, they have all of that, but they don't want to outsource a dev, because when you outsource a dev, we know what happens. So the dev just runs away with the money. So, I mean, and then people get stuck saying that, oh, I can't launch a token because I don't know how to code. Well, this overcomes that. Anyone can launch a token, and it's just you fill in your parameters. For example, how many, what you need your supply to be, the taxes you have, the breakdown of the different taxes, whether you want it to be a rewards token or not, all the different parameters that you need to fill in. You fill in those parameters, and it's just as easy as that. When you click on launch or deploy, basically it deploys the token, it adds the liquidity that you decided, and it locks the liquidity all in one transaction. So that's the beauty of it. And also, there is no possible way to add any malicious functions into these. Any functions that we know would people use to rug or honeypot tokens, you can't add those functions in at all.
Hey, I'm available now. Sorry.
Welcome, Karth. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to have good feedback here soon for us. I did see that. So this was super cool. And obviously that's a huge incentive for people, like for investors, to see these things getting, churned out, being 100% safe on that front. And it's a free marketing push because it gets posted in the deployer channel.
Absolutely. So that's how the ecosystem kind of works. Basically, if a token launches through our deployer bot, through the Tokerr factory bot, as soon as it launches, it gets posted in the deployer channel. So we have about 100 odd people in there right now, but obviously after launch, we will have hundreds more at some point. So it gets posted in the deployer channel instantly. It carries with it a Tokerr certificate that's automatically generated as soon as it's deployed. So that certificate's basically a certificate of safety saying that it was created on Tokerr, so it can have no malicious functions. The message on the deployer channel has all the details, including the initial liquidity, the taxes, and everything, including the username of the dev. So if somebody wants, they can actually go back and check the past projects of the developers and see if they're interested in investing or if they're trustworthy. Also, this prevents people from launching anonymous tokens, which is also dangerous because we also have a rating. We're going to have a rating feature. So devs will eventually be rated on the quality of their projects and how hard they actually work on pushing their projects. So all this comes into the deploy channel. And additionally to that, we also have a buy bot. So on any of the tokens that get deployed through the Tokerr factory bot, once there's a buy beyond a certain amount, which we will preset, maybe 1 or 2 BNB, that the buy bot automatically posts that straight into our main Tokerr community group.
That's huge. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be waiting there now. So I guess, there's a huge value to bringing people into the ecosystem, right? It kind of like, now that I'm sitting there thinking through the whole chain of events, it kind of works in quite a few ways. Not only do you have an additional investor into the project, you have people that are utilizing the utilities. They're supporting the ecosystem. They're buying the calls from the deployer channel. So they're giving you some buying power too. This is pretty neat, guys.
Yeah, that was the whole idea. The plan was to create this kind of ecosystem, which also becomes a community where people know, okay, it's safe. Like, we want to get to a point where, literally, like, people see the Tokerr thing and they know it's safe and they want to put it in, like they want to put some money in, and that's the whole. And even the certificate we're working now on making. So it's not yet done, but soon the certificate itself will be a non-transferable NFT sent straight to the deployer address. So there's no way to duplicate or copy that certificate either.
I know a question that we're going to have is obviously I've seen this. Oh, sorry, Karth, go ahead if you want to add on.
I wanted to just follow up on like the safety aspect. So I'm a actual like Solidity developer, not just like a copy paste dev. So I know all the tricks and stuff that people can use to make honeypots, and there's the obvious ones like taxes, max transactions and stuff, but then there's the not so obvious ones like changing things around with the swap. sending funds to a contract if you're using a transfer function rather than a call, like small things like that that can turn a token into honeypots. And so we blocked against all of that in our templates. We also have at least 95%, like for our requirements for fair and stealth launches, unless we get pre-authorization with the person, some pre-vetting, pre-approval, stuff like that. You're required to put at least 95% of your supply into liquidity. So the developer can never like be able to dump on the token. There's no way to pre-pump it because the contract address is sent to our channel. So everyone will have the contract at the same time the developer has it. And on that note, there's actually something rather cool is if we can actually enable trading at the instant of contract creation. So literally no one will have the contract address until it's live. Like it's there's no way to predict what that address will be. So the instant you deploy the contract, it's live. So it's like the ultimate stealth launch. There's no way to pre-pump it, no way to give it to friends and family, callers, stuff like that. And on that safety note, we're hoping that's part of our plan later on is to kind of branch out and kind of make partnerships with call channels and stuff like that, because they'll know that we're we offer completely safe tokens, so we can maybe get deals for our developers and stuff like that, and that expands the ecosystem further.
Yeah, I gotta say it's a really neat idea. As I'm sitting here looking through all of potential things that you guys could build on it, a lot of cool stuff. So one of the questions we will undoubtedly get is how do you guys make money? I've seen it in the white paper. I know the answer to it, but maybe you can talk to us a little bit about how this is profitable for the ecosystem in another way, not just with additional holders and people interacting with it, but this is going to roll back into buybacks and things like that as well.
Oh yeah, so I'll take that. Okay. So 33%. So our fees are broken down basically into 33. So when you deploy a contract from us, it costs 0.1 BNB, and then 0.5% of transactions through the created contracts go to this split. And so what it is 33% of all these funds collected as profit go to buyback and burn Tokerr itself. 33% go to buyback and burn our best performing projects and good devs in our space. Like there'll be eventually like community choices behind that and stuff like that. I mean, for now it'll be kind of team based, just kind of for us looking at statistics and picking that. But eventually like the ratings and stuff will be community based and driven. And then 33% is the team. So that's where we make our money from that. And all our utilities over time have some kind of profit that goes into the token, into helping developers and helping the team. And one thing we're going to introduce when we can later down the line is we want to introduce profit sharing. So our holders who will it'll probably be through a staking form or something, but they'll get direct profit of what we make. Like we'll be sharing profit from the Tokerr utilities themselves.
Super cool. All right, so let's we gotta shine a spotlight on the sniper bot as well. I don't want to overshadow all the other ones. Sniper bot looks cool. Looks like it's going to be a requirement of holding Tokerr to give it even more value. But walk me through some of the intricacies with the sniper bot and how it compares.
All right, I will take that question. So for our sniper bot, let me start with how can you use it. There is two options. Option one, you hold a certain amount of Tokerr tokens that will announce later. You get to use the bot free and with no fees. Actually, you only pay for the gas fees. You get to use it with no fees. But if you don't hold Tokerr, if you're just someone who wants to snipe Tokerr, who doesn't want to buy Tokerr, it's fine. But on transaction you make, you'll pay 0.5%. So if you buy with 100 bucks, you pay 0.5 bucks, which is very competitive rate. Our competitors in the market now charge at least 1%. No, we'll do 0.5%. Someone might ask, why don't you make this inclusive only for Tokerr holders? we can do that. We have no problem with that. It will be even cheaper for us. But the marketing and the audience making the bot free and open for everybody will give to Tokerr itself. It will be huge. Also, the 0.5% with thousands of daily transactions or tens of thousands of daily transactions. It will also be helpful for Tokerr. We'll make money both ways. We'll open it for public. We will have our own ads on the sniper bot, so people can know about Tokerr when they make a transaction. So that's for the first point, who can use our sniper bot. For the second point, what are the futures? All right, there is a lot of futures. So you can buy and sell any token you want directly using our private node. That will be faster than other nodes. You can buy with multiple wallets. So you see a token, that's really great token, and I think it will do good. One max wallet is cheap, so I'm gonna buy 5 or 6 wallets, so I can make 5 times the profit. You easy, just generate, the bot generates as much wallets you want, and then you can just add money to them and directly buy. Point number 3 is take profit and stop loss. So it's really boring. I know a lot of us DeFi traders can even buy 5 tokens or 10 tokens at the same time, and having their charts open on the same browser, it will be a lot of fork and you'll miss a lot of stuff. And even you want sleep. I want sleep. I want to sleep on my bag. It's easy. You just set take profit or stop loss, and the bot will directly do that for you. You ape it at if the token is at $1 and you set the profit for 200%. When it reaches $2, it will automatically sell. If you set the stop loss at 20%, when the token goes below the price you bought at, with 20%, it also automatically sells. So you can like stop your losses and prevent more possible losses. Also, there is some other stuff we can't promise with, but we are working on right now, is sniping pre-sales. So I am studying how that works, and I think it's feasible. So you can also snipe pre-sales at various launch pads without like having to compete with a lot, because you know most pre-sales are already bought right now, most public pre-sales. So you need a bot to do that for you. It's sadly harder, very harder than it was before to buy pre-sale. So yeah, you need a bot. So we make that possible for you also. Just put the pre-sale link, and as soon as it's open, the bot will make the transaction for you. Will make the transaction for you to buy it. And the last thing that's easy, and we will do it, is sniping the liquidity pool. So if you have a contract of a token that you know it's launching soon, but the liquidity pool isn't added yet, you can snipe it as soon as possible. The liquidity pool is added, but just warning for people from now that might be interested. Sniping liquidity pool is dangerous, and the dev can have anti-bot futures. So only use it if you know how to read contracts, because for example in Tokerr contract you can't snipe. If you try to snipe, your money gets burned. So that's quite dangerous future that I want to warn people about from now. That's the main overview of our sniper bot.
Very detailed, man. That was awesome. You know, I also see a couple other things here, a couple other things in the ecosystem. Obviously, the buy, and then we briefly touched over the deployer channel. But all of this is going to roll back into supporting that Tokerr token price, right? Like that's the general idea, is that profits are getting rolled back. It looks like a third kind of consistently. One thing I guess we can talk about on the deployer channel is that there's going to be a bit of a score ratio when it comes to experience and skills that are going to give these guys even more value.
Yeah, so we're planning. Yes, Switzer, you want to say something?
No, it's fine. It's fine. The word is for you.
I mean, over time, as we have more developers come on board and use Tokerr to do their launches, we will have a rating system, which will also show up on the message that comes through with the deployer channel. That rating system will obviously be based on experience and how hardworking the devs are. So if we see that a dev is really pushing their project and like working hard to make it big and do something, rather than have devs come in, do low liquidity and like basically farming, we prefer not to do that. So we would have those devs automatically rated lower. So at first we would probably be as a team doing that, but over time it will be a more community-led thing as the project grows, where people themselves will be able to rate devs, which is the most honest. I'm pretty sure if you've lost money through a certain developer a couple of times, you're not going to rate them high. So
no, you're right. You're right. That's good points. So a lot, I know everybody, if you want more details on each specific thing, you can check out their light paper, which once again is set up in a really, really easy to digest way, including the roadmap at the end, as well as the fee breakdowns and everything else. So certainly worth checking out. Talk to me a little bit about tokenomics, how that continues to drive it. I know I see some taxes here. Walk me through how that's spent.
Yeah, sorry, what was the question again?
So in terms of tokenomics, I see a buy and sell tax. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how this is utilized and how you set the initial token supply up when it comes to distributing that out, what was used for, the private sale and everything else. Maybe you can just give us a quick rundown.
Yeah, I think Garth can answer that in a detailed way better.
Okay, so 1% of the taxes goes to liquidity, just adding liquidity, kind of standard tax. 6% goes to treasury, which includes marketing and various other things that will improve the project. And then 1% of the taxes is team. And as far as taxes go, eventually the goal is that we'd like to be a zero tax token eventually. So we'd like to eventually just shut off taxes, and we'll get there as the utility volume increases. So those taxes are very subject to change and go down. So just be aware of that.
Like it, certainly it'll make it more appealing as it goes. Now, I guess moving away from the base, the foundation, the structure that you guys have set up going into this, talk to me about the competition that you guys see in the market, how you guys stack up, some things that you've done to really separate yourself, not only from who's out there right now, but who you see, I guess, coming up as well.
So the safety aspect is huge. I see no one else offering that because the one possible competitor that hasn't really launched their product yet is using a purely web-based system. Ours is contract-based, so it's all very enforced through the blockchain. We have easy upgrades because our bot basically just sends a different number, which my contract will point to a different template versus having to program another template into the bot, stuff like that. The way I've set up the infrastructure of the the factory contracts is very upgradable, very secure. It's all ordered inside it. To my knowledge, our other competitors simply just drop you a contract. Basically, there's not much care left in it. We provide the after the fact with the call channel. We have the liquidity added. We have the automatic lock with our partner Gempad. Let's see. We also have the other functionalities that are coming too. So, and the eventual profit sharing for our holders. To my knowledge, there really aren't any competitors of ours. Just one other project that I won't really name with an idea similar, but it's about as similar as, say, any other token project. Ideas in this space are very malleable. It's you can have two similar ideas, but do completely different things with them. And crypto is a completely free market. So you're allowed to have multiple different, say, pre-sale pads, for instance, and the strongest do better. And so I hope that we show our value and win out any competitions that way.
Yeah, and 2 points actually I want to add to what Carl said. We really love competition. We really want more competition in this space. And no problem if you have an idea that's similar to Toker, if you have an idea that even better than Toker, or you have something version you want to make like us. Go ahead, be our competitor. We are fine. We totally fine, and we will love that because you know what? Those competitions create better work. Let me cite an example. Pink Sail Jump Pad. Pink Sail was the main launch pad on BSC and multiple chains. Jump Pad came. Jump Pad is done a lot of good work, made a lot of new features. Pink Sail had to adapt, and now the main launch pad war is between Jump Pad and Pink Sail, and we are seeing a lot of new features and a lot of new stuff on both launch pads, especially on Jump Pad. That's what the competition does. It makes BSC better. It makes crypto better. It makes better products. Let me cite an example. Imagine a company, even in real life, being alone in the market. Like imagine a company that sells electricity is the only one in the market, no competition. It's not going to do better work. It's not going to give better prices. It's because it's a monopoly. But when other projects come and even compete us, we will be very happy and we will work to stay number one on this field. This is what we want. This is what we want to explain to people. Competition is good in BSC. We've seen some notes, comments from other people. We are not going to name, but competition is necessary and is good in BSC and in every aspect of life.
Well said. Well said. I guess obviously you guys have walk me through development timelines. That's something that we haven't really talked about when it comes to everything, development timelines, and maybe you kind of segue into the roadmap as well, and kind of what you guys hope to have running and when, and kind of how people can see this thing rolling out.
All right. I think your voice was quite lagging, or it's on my side. Banana, do you have something to comment on that?
Yeah, so it was about development timeline. So, I mean, what I can say is that, like I said in the beginning, we had an idea of the project. We started speaking about July or so. I think a few of us started speaking separately, and then we got together and started elaborating on what we could do. And through that, the idea of the factory bot was slowly born, because I mean, obviously, that's the first thing that we can do to ensure safety. That's the most obvious thing, to make sure devs are safe deployers. So that's where it came about. And then since then, we've had Switcher and Karth, I guess, working probably overtime for about a month and a half to get this done, to get us where we are. And honestly, the factory bot is ready. It's going to be available for use as we launch.
Taking advantage of it like right away.
Hi, I think your voice cut off. What did you say?
Oh, sorry about that. I've been having some Telegram voice issues myself today. I'm not sure what's going on, but do you guys foresee like a lot of adoption very quickly on it?
Okay, so we have a developer interest form that we've put out. I think if you guys don't mind, I would happily share it in your community later for any devs that are in there. So we've already had about 15 to 20 devs interested in using it at launch. And we do in fact have a little surprise maybe for tomorrow. We have something happening, so soon after we launch probably. So yeah.
So I saw something in here before we go too much further. I saw something in the light paper that said that you guarantee basically unruggable contracts. This space, it feels like people work equally as hard to break through things as they do with the innovation side when it comes to crypto sometimes. So if you have somebody working full time to figure out some kinks in the armor, how do you guys continue to uphold that guarantee of like nobody can rug these contracts?
I think Karth can easily take that. Dev's brilliant, man.
Yeah, so obviously, as you said, there are newer and found ways to scam, and as even Solidity itself has to go through upgrades, I mean, everyone may notice but might not understand like the numbers on top of the Pragma compiler version. Compilers have bugs in them and have flaws that bad actors take advantage of. So if you notice like a contract with compiler version 6.06 versus 08, the 06 version is definitely more vulnerable to bugs and stuff. And over the infrastructure itself keeps upgrading. So if new bugs are found and stuff like that, and we have to upgrade, what we can do is we can deploy a brand new template on our same factory bot and just change that way, plug that hole. Obviously that wouldn't prevent like existing contracts, but to my, like all the current forms of scamming, current forms of honeypotting, rugging, and a few that I haven't even seen really pushed, but I know are possible, are covered. I've gone over it very carefully. I've made a bunch of testing myself. I've plugged all the holes that I can see and a few that I hadn't seen and found in testing. But so yes, our contracts are unruggable by the developers because we force those constraints on them. And anyone deploying with us is stuck with those constraints. You can change your contract after launch, and even then we have constraints there. Like you can only raise the taxes up to a certain amount. You can change max transactions, et cetera, et cetera. But there's all these blockers that make the contract perfectly safe.
Well said, well said. I mean, when it comes to, I guess, you guys know a lot more of the intimate details about, I guess, the more aggressive roadmap, some of the stuff that maybe hasn't made it to the public-facing side or to, the investor-facing side. When it comes to the roadmap, I guess, what are you guys most excited about unveiling or building that hasn't really been translated to public view yet?
All right. So we have some plans for the future. As I said, for the main utilities that we are working on, the sniper bot, the buy bot, the factory bot, we have some plans that we are working on, and they are not on the white paper yet because they are some huge plans. They won't be done the first days or on the first week or two. Of course, they are huge plans. So there is some ideas I can't even share here, but all I can promise is there are some really hot ideas that if I share right now, they'll be instantly stolen. If we share right now, they will be instantly stolen. So just an advice, even if you want to sell later, keep a moon bag because the plans we have for the next months are huge, and we think we can quite conquer BSC. We think we can do something big.
100%. Now, I'm sure you guys have talked about this. When it comes to, I guess, the people that are going to be coming into the ecosystem, a lot of people that are familiar with Telegram are going to find this seamless, right? They're going to find this process, this interface, the entire experience is going to be pretty normal to them. Are you guys planning your marketing efforts outside of Telegram users?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Banana. The word is yours. I'm sorry.
So we are definitely planning marketing outside of Telegram. For now, of course, Telegram has a huge enough user base for, and especially within the crypto space, for us to have more than enough people and more than enough volume. But of course, we are going to plan. We are going to do things like we're going to push a lot of Twitter marketing. So we get in people who are maybe from outside the Telegram space and not so entrenched into the Telegram crypto space. And we're planning some international marketing also, which we will obviously reveal when we decide to tell people about it. So we do have things planned. And other than that, when it comes to Telegram, people who aren't familiar with it, we're going to have a lot of education. So we have a YouTube channel also already up, which has our Gempad AMA and which has a full demo video of the bot being used. We're going to have more videos up. We're going to have educational videos about how to use the bot or documents and education stuff about how to do it. Plus, we have Karth and Switcher, and they're on hand. So if any developers, anybody who wants to do something has any difficulty, any problems, they can always approach us, and we'll definitely help them out.
I like it. I like it. I think it's going to be key, obviously, once you guys move to attacking that non-Telegram. But like you said, there's tons of people on Telegram. Definitely a lot of meat on the bone when it comes to who you can do or who you can get involved in the ecosystem here. Super cool stuff on that front, guys. So I guess, to summarize your marketing approach with how you guys plan on attacking it, talk to me about it. Like, tell me, I guess, if you can sum it up. We don't have to spend too much time on it, but, how do you guys plan on moving in the space when it comes to marketing?
So far, we've actually grown surprisingly quickly and surprisingly big. We didn't expect this level of growth, but obviously people are very interested in this idea, and they're really taking to it. So we've done a little bit of marketing. We've had a couple of AMAs so far. We've done a few small to medium calls on Telegram. We have a Twitter, and we started doing a little bit of posting there, but we haven't really pushed that much. So far, that's what we've done. This is, I think, our third AMA in the last 6 days, and we have maybe one or two more before we launch tomorrow. Another one we have today.
Like, you get it in front of people, explain it, talk about it. Certainly a good way to get in front of people and get people using it. I mean, anything else that you guys want to touch on? I'm going through my notes here. We talked about tokenomics. We talked about some of the utilities. But feel free. Go ahead, Christopher.
So as I was saying, when you said about the marketing to push this, once we launch and once we have a good smooth launch, we're definitely going to move into, like I said, the Twitter part of the marketing. We're going to do a lot more on YouTube. We have a very experienced marketing manager who has a lot of connections and plugs in the space. Obviously, we're going to do the usual stuff that everybody does, like your DEX tools trending and your CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and all of that stuff which everyone expects. But we also have some other interesting stuff planned. We're going to get developers to and influencers to kind of use our bot live on and maybe do it on YouTube and stuff like that. So we have quite a few things planned as the weeks go on.
Very good. I like it. I mean, certainly going to be a fun one, right? This is good stuff here. It's something new. I haven't really seen it before. Now, anything that you guys wanted to touch on, whether it be a part of the utilities, whether it be a part of the vision, anything you guys wanted to touch on before I threw it over to the community, because I see a lot of great questions coming in.
I'm sure Switcher will also have something to say, but to be very honest, this project was born from a vision of wanting to do something good for this space. Like, we've all been in this space long enough. We all love it. I mean, as much as we might cry about the rugs and we might whine about stuff and be sad when like the market's down, we're all addicted to it. We all love it. And I mean, we just want to make it comfortable, where we go back to, remember the old school BSC where right at the beginning, everyone was just having good community fun, making money together. And, it was all a good time. And we want to get back to that. We want more people happy. We want more people making money. We want more people trusting each other. And, that's what we're trying to build. And that's the whole point here. And yeah, we're going to keep on building more utilities. We're going to come up with, like Switcher said, some really amazing stuff, which is going to definitely blow people's minds when the time comes, and we don't want to reveal it soon. So yeah, I mean, the project is truly about making this space better, safer, and absolutely easier for everybody. And that's what we're here for. Switcher, if you want to add something.
I think we've talked about everything that is public, because one point, the things that are private and that we are planning for the next months are bigger than the things that are public, and that's what you all should know.
You can't let it all out in public view. That would be no fun. So I'm glad that you guys kept some stuff close to your chest. It's good for the holder standpoint or the investor standpoint, right? Because we know that things are continuing, to be worked on and evolve. And I like that you guys have kept some stuff. But I did have Brother Dave who came in with one of the first ones. He says, having done a private launch or a private sale, are there any measures in place to avoid unfair advantage? Like, I understand early holders should have an advantage, but when early holders can unilaterally influence the project, it becomes unfair to subsequent holders?
Well, like we said, it's also it's not a huge private sale. It's 80 BNB in total. I mean, 10 is the team itself, so we're definitely going to hold that. And the other 70 BNB is Gempad Alpha. Like I said, they have a reputation. They're vetted. They can't really dump. They have no advantage in terms of price or number of tokens or anything. So the private sale price and the listing price is exactly the same for everyone. So if you buy like on the first block of listing or whatever, you're going to get the exact same price as the private. So there's no real advantage. And I mean, I'm personally in the private group, and a few of us are now in the Gempad Alpha group, and I mean, they're really pumped about Tokerr. I mean, most of them are talking about just holding this through and through. So
I like it. It's always reaffirming to have that good sentiment from the behind the scenes, the people that, you know, are holding some supply going into it. It's good to get that. Daniel came in with a question. He says, is the sniping bot going to evolve to snipe NFTs or only DeFi projects?
Interesting question. Sniping NFTs. Well, to be honest, we didn't look into that yet, but it's really good suggestion. And I will work on seeing if it's possible to be done as soon as possible with Car. Thanks for the suggestion. That's really good.
It could be fun, right? There's a lot of different fun ways to do that one. Even there's all sorts of fun things you can do with the NFT side. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. To be honest, I have no experience with NFTs, but I'm a fast learner. I have good experience with Web3. So if it is possible, I can surely, with Garth, of course, we can surely add it to the bot.
I think Mr. Luke is questioning which one would reign supreme with his question. He says, you state that any contract launched through the Tokerr will be implemented with various built-in safety features such as anti-sniper. I was wondering how you created a sniper bot if the contracts launched through the Tokerr will have the features that stop them. It seems a bit contradictory. Which one wins in that battle, the Tokerr sniper bot or the Tokerr anti-sniper?
Our contracts will win that sniper bot.
Yeah, anti-snipe wins. We didn't build the sniper bot to snipe our tokens. We built the sniper bot to basically provide a level playing field to everyone. Basically, if no one had sniper bots, everyone would be on a level playing field. And since that's never going to happen, we want to provide everyone possible with sniper bots. That's essentially the whole idea behind it. But the anti-bot in our token itself is very strong. I made it myself. It's custom. It involves using a separate contract to check transactions, and actually that's one benefit that we didn't really go over too much with our tokens. All tokens deployed through Tokerr get a special contract created at the point of deployment that's an anti-bot contract, and it prevents even multi-wallet bots.
Very good. I'm still going through these questions here. I did have a lot of hands up. I'm looking through them. Jesse, if you want to throw your question out, feel free. I'll get some people unmuted here. Well, while Jesse is getting unmuted, I'm going to go ahead and throw Alibi Rachel's. She said, it's good to see launchpads like this. It's a big competition, obviously in that space. But my concern is, the bot is running where humans are typically in charge, and we know things can go wrong. Hackers and bots manipulate these projects to work for them. So how will you manage this part? Talk to us a little bit about that aspect when it comes to, I guess, the launching. And I guess another question on that, are the bots adding liquidity with it? Is that like a separate button, or is it all in one? You press a button and liquidity is added, contract is deployed and verified and everything?
All in one transaction. It's not possible to interject anything in the middle of that, which actually makes our contracts completely immune to that. You may have heard of that annoying infinity bug that keeps popping up recently on some hyped launches. What happens is someone sends a tiny amount of WBNB to the pair contract and pairs it, syncs it, and since there's no native token in the pair contract, it syncs it as the price being infinity, basically, and it breaks Pancake's API, and you basically have to know what you're doing to fix it, basically. And a lot of devs don't know what they're doing, and they create new contracts, and it happens again, and then they get fudded. And anyway, this is immune to that because it ignores it skips it. It's all in one transaction. You can't sneak anything in the middle there. You set up your parameters, you press the button, it deploys it, it adds the liquidity, it locks the liquidity, and we have the option, like I said, to enable trading right at start if we want to. So.
I like it. Mortgage Buster came in with a good one. He says, can you go into more detail about your relationship with Gempad? Will you not be competing to launch similar projects?
No, that's the thing. So we want to work with Gempad, and we have an arrangement going on. I'm getting access to their locker contracts, so I'll be able to make access to how they're like the functions of their locker contracts. So we'll be able to lock directly within our contracts into their lockers, and it will create a Gempad locker that you can view on their website. It will work the same as a normal lock going through the website. And as well, we are working with them on figuring out as a future thing, this isn't immediately available, but setting up the ability for people to basically set up pre-sales on our bot, and the pre-sale would be launched through Gempad. So we're working with them. We're not competing against them.
Yeah, I mean, just to clear out any confusion that anyone might have, we are not a launchpad. We're basically what we have. Our first utility is a deployer bot, so developers will be able to deploy tokens through the bot. So we aren't actually competing with Gempad at all.
Very good. Good explanation. I got a lot of people unmuted, guys. I got Yuki, Pete, Jesse. Go ahead.
Hello.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So, interesting one here. It's good to see that a lot of projects, just like yours right now, is trying to bring up incentives to fight the problems we are facing in DeFi, which is rug pull. My question is this, concerning trying to build a contract that will prevent rug pulls. You know, a lot of hackers keep developing their skills in hacking, and then what you are building right now is based on the existing known systems of rugs. You know, so definitely, I believe your team is looking to have continuous updates or upgrade of the system, even as these hackers continue to also bring up new system of rugs. So, if you carry out these upgrades, will that affect projects that have already launched before that time, or it will only be based on projects that will be coming on? You know, like what I mean is, will your upgrades to your system have effect on projects that have already launched before the upgrade takes place? So if you get me.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. So Solidity itself is immutable unless you run a proxy contract. Once you've deployed, you really can't do anything except affect it through functions. You can't change the base code. You can't upgrade in that aspect. So no, our past projects would not be protected. But on that note, if something were found of that magnitude that could actually affect our projects like that, it would most likely be something that would be a global type security hole, which means that pretty much any contract would be vulnerable to it. So you'd be seeing a lot of migrations anyway. The point there being is that our contracts are secure against what we know of right now. And yes, there can be, I mean, security is an always evolving field. And if bugs are discovered in future that break past things, then we can't do anything about those past instances, but we can improve on our future ones. I hope that explains it.
That actually is Pete here. That kind of answers my question, because I was going to ask if you'd considered delegated proxy contracts. But how many developers are responsible for the contract that the token launcher uses? And is that token template itself audited?
We'll be getting those audited, yeah. It's currently just me responsible for the factory contract. Switcher is responsible for the bot itself and the Web3 hookups. So yeah, we want to get the templates and everything audited. That is the plan.
Okay. And are you KYC'd personally to the rest of the team?
Yes, we are. We're KYC'd to Gempad at the moment, and I've been KYC'd in other projects. I'm lead developer on Ghost Trader, and some of our other team members have been in other big projects. Like we're pretty known-ish, sort of, in some circles. So we're not like just random nobodies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how, Switcher, are you going to ensure that the user interface and experience of your sniper bot on Telegram is superior to those from other projects, without naming names, but certain ones beginning with M, etc.? Because one of the biggest, fundamental drawbacks really is quite the lengthy wiki and how-to guide, which goes beyond the capacity of some investors who would love to get onto a TG sniper bot but just can't fully understand how to set it up.
Yeah, for our sniper bot, you asked you asked about the user interface and how it works and that stuff, or if you can clarify more about your question.
Yeah, it was more how are you going to make it user friendly, because when you look at some of the existing TG sniper bots that are out there from other such projects, the UX is quite convoluted, and as is the how-to guide on how to actually set it up. Going through a PDF of 60 pages is beyond some people, especially when English is not a first language to some of the users.
Yeah, makes sense. So let me explain that for you. So for our bot, firstly, Telegram, there is no much development you can do for Telegram bots. It's either buttons or inputs. But how we do it? There is two types of buying. Either you do it manually, like you get like, for example, 8 buttons: buy, sell, set take profit, set stop loss, something like that. So you can click on buy. It will ask you for the contract. Then it will ask you how much do you want to buy for that contract. So it's detailed. Or there is what our call the fast command. You will have like shortcuts. So for example, if you type /B, then contract, you type the contract, then the amount. It will automatically understand that, or you add at the end like underscore TP, which means take profit 100%. You can do that if you memorize the commands. Otherwise, the user interface is simple. There is buttons. Every button explains what it does. You click on it, then you type your contract, then you type how much you want to buy. We also will have auto paste feature, so you can like set how much you want to automatically buy for each contract you send. Those are features that you should read the tutorial when we post Sniperbot before you use, because if you make mistakes, that can cause financial losses, because it's monetary transactions, just to warn people. As I said, two options. You either get detailed user interface, you click on a button, then it asks you how much do you want to buy, or you send a fast command if you are sure you understand how this works. That's
Thank you for your time.
welcome, man.
Questions, Pete? Appreciate you jumping on, man. Leo, Yuki, I got you unmuted. Feel free to throw your questions out, guys.
Thank you very much, General Gollum. In order to match users' trading capacity, how do you plan to give conditions to your users so that they can be as fast as users who have their own trading nodes, like considering they are faster than traditional snipers?
Yeah, when we drop the sniper bot, we will have our own private nodes that will be scalable in the future. So if we see a lot of pressure on the bot, that means it will. If there is a lot of pressure on the bot, it means it will generate more money, and that money will be used into upgrading our private nodes. Also, but thinking the other day of having the service of providing private dedicated private nodes for full-time day traders. Some people that trade thousands of dollars a day will maybe like to have their own private node, because we'll have a private node but we think there will be hundreds of members that are using it. So having a dedicated private node is better, but you can't do that for each user for free, because one private node can cost at least 100 or 150 bucks a month. So we can do that as a service for people that want to have their own private node. Otherwise, you'll be generally faster, because the node all people use is used by millions of people. Ours will be used by hundreds of thousands. It will be faster, but it'll also, if you want the fastest speed and have better advantage, we will offer a service of a dedicated private node to users.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you very much, General Gollum.
Come on.
Good questions, guys. Appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate you asking them. I'm looking through to see if we have any that we haven't really talked about when it comes to just the community AMA portion. It looks like we've gotten a lot of the answers, but we have some more questions. So if you jumped on, we have people that jump on all throughout. If you jumped on, make sure you hop in their Telegram group, which you can get through at Tokerr Portal. But guys, I did want you to note, talk to us a little bit about the launch day procedures. What can people expect? I think it's popping off tomorrow, but give us some details.
Banana.
So so we're launching at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and it's a fair launch. And I don't think we mentioned this, but from the 80 BNB private sale that we did, it's 50 BNB to liquidity and 30 BNB that we've used for our marketing and development so far. So yeah, we're launching directly on PancakeSwap at 6 p.m. UTC. It's going to be old school BSC fair launch, so obviously there's been no pre-sale and all that stuff. But the starting market cap should be somewhere around $40,000, but that really depends on what BNB is at tomorrow. But somewhere around there. And I guess we seem to have a lot of hype. So my advice would be maybe split your investments if you're getting in, or wait for a dip, because I'm figuring out that myself how I should get in. So. And yeah, we have a couple of surprises just maybe after launch, so stay tuned for that also. And of course, we'll be working through that whole period. So
stuff, guys. I mean, leave us with something else. I'm going to give you the floor one more time. I know we're running out of time. Launch coming tomorrow, so obviously make sure you tune into their Telegram and stay up to date as things move. But guys, I want to give you the floor one more time. Feel free; it's all yours.
Switcher, you have something to say? Go for it.
If it's possible, can we do a quick demo of our bot right now? Quick demonstration.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
All right. I will share the screen right now. I'll share the screen right now.
Yeah, that would be. I think those would be the best closing words. To do a live demo of the bot right now.
Yeah, hold on. Let me run the bot. Make sure everything's fine. All right. All right. Is my screen showing right now for you guys?
Yeah, we can see it.
All right. Let me check on something. All right. So good. So here is our Tokerr factory bot. So you start the bot normally. Click on start. Then here's what happens. You get welcomed, you have a wallet address, and you have a private key, which is randomly generated, and it's a unique private key for you. So then you have the option to, of course, check your wallet, for example. I'm just first of all, so we are doing it on testnet right now. To explain to people, testnet is like BSC exactly, but it's imaginary money, imaginary BNB, so developers can test it. The way it works here is the way it will work on mainnet exactly. You just change one line of code. So then you create you click on create. Then it asks you how much you want to give rewards. Do you want to give rewards on your token or no? You have two options, to give rewards or to not. So I'm going to say no, just to make this quicker. So then you have those options, all the options of the token. The token name, all right, I'm gonna do some random thing, Gollum's test. This will be on testnet game. So then you type the token symbol, test, for example. Then you have the total supply. Let me try to type 0, for example. It will say the total supply must be positive and integer. So if you make a mistake, it won't proceed. It will fix it for you. It will tell you, no, choose something else. So let's type it again. We have 10,000, for example, supply. Then the marketing by tax. So here's how it works. When you choose the buy tax and sell tax on the creation, you have to make sure the total buy tax is less or equal to 15%, and the same for the total sell tax. And I will demonstrate that for you. But here's some point. For testnet, we made it 25, not 15, just for testing. But later it will be 15. So let's say I type 20 for the marketing by tax, and then for the liquidity by tax, I type 10. You see, it will tell you it shouldn't exceed 25%. Again, this later will be 15, and it won't fill that for you, and if, it will be set for 0 if you don't fill it. So we have measures to stop that. So let's say 5 here, we good, then 0 here. The same thing for the marketing sell tax. See, please enter the token marketing sell tax. Make sure the total sell tax is less than 25%. Again, it will be 15 at launch when we are on mainnet. So for the liquidity sell tax, let's say we do 10. Team sell tax, we do 5. Now for the max transaction, the dev has to make it 0.5% at least. So if I type 0.1, for example, it will tell you, no, please make it 0.5, or otherwise it won't be proceeded. So I'm going to make it 0.5, or let's make 1, for example. All right, so for the max wallet, let's do 1. Liquidity lock time, the minimum is 1 day. If you choose less than 1 day, it won't work. So for the ownership address, here type the address that you get the contract ownership on. Let me just choose my address or anything. All right. For the marketing wallet, same thing. Liquidity address, the team address, the percentage of tokens going into liquidity pool, and should be minimum 95. For example, if I type 90, it won't work. It will tell you it have to be 95% at least. So we're gonna do 100 or anything. Let's do 95, the minimum. All right. So everything's great. You click on done. See? Then it will print the token alpha you choose it, so you can do final revision. Then it will ask you to enter how much you want to add to liquidity pool. All of this will be done in one transaction. Let's say I want to do 0.01, just a random test. Then it will do the calculations for you, how much you need to do that. So here it did 0.09. Why? Because the cost on the testnet is 0.01. But on mainnet, the costs will be 0.1 plus your total LP plus the deploying costs. And it will do the calculation automatically for you. The gas will be estimated automatically. Everything is automatic. So let me send some money to my wallet so I can deploy and see how it works. Let me send some testnet money. Sort testnet money. Let me do it. Let's do 0.2 or whatever. Again, it is just testnet, and let's wait for the transaction to be confirmed. So I sent to the, all right, we good. We wait for the transaction to be confirmed, and then you click all good and deploy. Just waiting for it to be confirmed here. All right. All right. So I think it's confirmed now. All right, it's confirmed. So I type all good. I click on all good deploy. Let's see now. The transaction, you see now the contract is deployed. It will send you the contract and all the links. Then it will automatically generate the certificate. You see, it is the contract. It ends in C0. It's automated. It ends in C0. The token name and the date and the signature will update it when we are on mainnet. Let's go to the Tokerr deployer channel. You see, it automatically sent everything in the channel, everything. The deployer username, which is me, you can check my username, my ID, my Telegram ID, the token name, the certificate as well, sent it in the same post, the contract, the buy tax, the total sell tax. We'll have a breakdown for that in parentheses later. That will be an update before the launch. The initial liquidity pool, the liquidity lock time, the max transaction, and the max wallet in percentage. Everything was automated. Testing, just let me see, from Gollum's AMA. So you see everything is automated and it's done in less than 1 minute, everything. So I hope everything was clear here. I hope you saw how the bot worked, how I demonstrated for you. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you have anything to say.
It's the easiest way I've ever seen to launch a project of maybe, man. That was super user friendly, very easy. Like you said, you didn't need developer knowledge necessarily to do it. It kind of like gives you the parameters to play with it.
Yes, sir. Everything is easy. It's just buttons, and it's explain it. It tells you what to do, and if there is any mistake, it will tell you what's the mistakes done. And if you still have any problems, maybe for devs that can't understand English or something like that, just DM any one of us, and we will be happy to help you.
And that address was right to the channel at deployment, so there's like no hiding it. Like you can't like share the CA among like people and pre-pump it. It's like out there. It's instantly there.
That's a good point to add too. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. Very good point there. So it's not like it's getting passed around before the public has real opportunity to it. That's pretty cool, guys. It definitely puts it on a level playing field. And yeah, obviously the whole AMA has been super informative. But guys, once again, you can check out more details by visiting their website or their Telegram. Their website, Tokerr, Tokerr.io. Check out the light paper ahead of their fair launch, their real fair launch kicking off tomorrow, the old school fair launch. Make sure you hop in their Telegram at Tokerr portal. But guys, anything you wanted to add before we close it down for the day?
No, that was a great note to go out on.
I think we've covered.
Very excellent work from you, bro. That's one of the best AMAs we had. You are a great host. We want to thank you for this opportunity. And we also want to thank everyone who tuned in for this AMA and for your time. And we promise to not disappoint you with our work.
Yeah, fantastic AMA. Thank you.
You guys crushed it, man. The good AMA is because of you guys, the good guests, and obviously you have a really cool project worth looking into. It's definitely going to provide some solutions to the space that are glaringly needed. So really excited for you guys. I love a traditional old school fair lawn. So certainly one to watch, guys, if you're out there tomorrow and it meets your criteria. But thank you guys once again for spending the time and sharing this with us.
Look, mate, thank you a lot.
And if you've been tuning in, everybody, that does it for today's show. Awesome stuff once again from the entire team of Tokerr, as they did a great job explaining not only the really cool utility ecosystem, but also a bit of insight into their mentality moving forward after the launch and their continued aggression on the development side. It'll be really neat to watch the ecosystem in full capacity and the adoption towards Telegram-based utilities, but there's still plenty of time to jump in, ask all the questions ahead of their fair launch coming up tomorrow that we didn't have time to get the answers for, so you can make a wise investment decision based on your own criteria. But thanks once again for tuning in, everyone. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.